Hey guys, it's Nicole, and today I have a card video for you. I don't normally do card videos. The only reason that I did this one was I volunteered to host a card challenge for an online crop this weekend. So, my challenge was to focus on how something online influenced you to buy a product and you have not used it. So, as soon as this card kit came out from MFT Stamps, I was all over it. I ordered it the night you could, like the first minute you could order it, I ordered it. It arrived like 3 days later and it sat in the box until last week when I filmed this video. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to case one of the cards on the example sheet that was included in the kit. And one of the big factors as to why I ordered this kit was one, I've always wanted one of those floral builder stamps, and two was the mini inks. They were only offering the mini inks in these card kits as far as right now, but I don't know, for me, spending $6 on an ink pad when they've got 50 different options of colors, it just starts to get crazy. So I like when companies offer these smaller ink pads and you can kind of get a sampling for them for a much lower price point. And I I'm not sure, I don't know if it was user error, I don't know what it was. I was struggling to get sort of a clear, crisp stamp with these. Um I don't know if it was just because they were new, or if I was doing something wrong, or if the ink pads were just really juicy. I'm not really sure what my problem was. I was okay on this little flower here, but then later you'll see when I move on to one of the blue flowers, I try over and over again. And I'm looking at the inspiration piece and I'm like, how do they have two different blue colors? So I thought, okay, well, maybe they just stamped the same color over it, or maybe they did second generation stamping. Didn't even occur to me until after the video that I was like, hello, idiot, they probably used a different color ink, because I noticed a light green too. And I was like, well, yeah, the people that made these inspiration pieces have all the colors in their collections, so of course they've got different colors. So for the blue one, I was just so frustrated that I couldn't get a crisp stamp that I ended up just using pigment inks that I had in two different blue colors, and I just went with that. And then it was after I switched to the pigment ink, which is this light blue right here. I, for whatever reason, was thinking back when I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and if I had an issue getting a sharp, crisp, like solid image stamp, I would take a sanding block to the stamp and just kind of rough it up in every direction, and like that little daisy right there, or whatever that is really bad. And it worked so good. I was like, why didn't I think of this before? For whatever reason, sometimes if you rough them up, they seem to hold the ink better, and then they seem to spread the ink a little bit better. I think if this stamp set is one that I eventually use a lot, it's going to get a lot of wear and tear, and it will eventually work great every time. So I'm just following that paper that came with the kit for the card that I'm casing, just kind of figuring out as I go, stamping all of these onto the white cardstock that they included in the kit. And there I was just, again, now I'm sort of testing it once, then sanding it, and then it's pretty much stamping clear after that. And I'm a little out of frame, but I'm just stamping some of the leaves. And for the leaves, I used a Ranger dye ink pad for the light green, and then I used the little cube that they included in the kit for the dark green. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and die cut the flowers that I do have stamped. I kind of did this in two parts. I sort of did half of them during nap time, and then the other half of the card I kind of had to finish later on in the evening. You'll see it gets a little darker. This is one of those projects where I kind of ended up with a short list of other things that I would like to purchase. Like post-it tape, I feel like probably works better than washi for this. Those actual snips that you're supposed to use on metal, I'm using, they're called button shank removers. They worked okay. I don't know that I would want to keep using them for that. I don't use them for anything right now, but it was just kind of funny that this project sort of started like a shopping list that I eventually will try to locate and order. I went ahead and put my pattern paper onto my card base, and then they used a die to make that like wonky shaped rectangle. I don't have that, so I just kind of made little tick marks with it crooked and trimmed it. And then I did not have the sentiment stamp that they used, so I'm just using one from Honeybee Stamps that says, I think it's you are loved. And then a couple of the pieces that are going to be flat to that white panel, I'm just going ahead and gluing those down as I go. And most of the flowers, I put foam tape under them. I couldn't really tell from the picture if everything was popped or if some things were flat, so I just kind of popped, I think, almost everything. I think just those long, skinny vine images I did flat to the page. So here it's after dinner and I'm trying to finish this card up, and I've got a helper returning, and she's pretty good as long as you remember that she gets a turn. So a lot of times I would ink up the stamp and I would kind of let her do my testing, and then I would clean it really good or sand it, and I would do mine, and then I would immediately move my paper away. And she's pretty good about it. She'll wait her turn. She'll always tell you that you did a very pretty job. And she was even pretty good about putting them back on the packaging for me. So I'm going ahead and putting my sentiment on there. That way I kind of know how much space I have to put the rest of my flowers on there. And here I'm going back and die cutting everything that we stamped together. And I'm going to cut most of this out because she decided that she wanted to roll the crank on the Big Shot. And she is so slow. Like, you'll see her cranking it, and I've got my video sped up to ×4. And it still looks slow, and she's trying, and every time I tried to help her, she was like, no, stop it, I got this. So here, it's after bedtime, my helper is gone, and I'm just putting the flowers on here. And then they showed the clear sequins that came in the kit just kind of scattered across the front. So I just took some glossy accents, put little dots on the paper, and that was pretty much it. So if you have cards on your Pinterest board or printed out and you've bought the stuff to do them, I would encourage you to just go ahead and do it. Find that inspiration piece that made you buy those products, that made you say, I have to have it. And make that card. I love this card. Did I design it? No. But I had fun making it, and I love it, and I'm probably going to actually mail it. So, I thought about putting something on the inside, and then I changed my mind. I figured why mess this up? So here's a couple photos, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.